Hi everyone, I am Dr. Zain Rauf and I'm working in Islamabad International Hospital and Research Center. Today we are discussing into a critical topic, comparing the dangers of smoking cigarettes, vaping and smoking Sheesha. Let's get into it. So, first let's quickly go over what each method involves. First of all, smoking cigarettes. This means burning tobacco wrapped in the paper. It is the traditional way of smoking. And number two, vaping. This uses an electronic device to heat a liquid, which is called an e-liquid or vape juice, to create an aerosol or vapor to be inhaled. And the third one is smoking shisha or hookah, and this involves smoking flavored tobacco through a water pipe and is often shared among a group. Now let's look at the chemicals and toxins involved in each method. So first we'll discuss cigarettes. The cigarettes contain tobacco, nicotine, tar, carbon monoxide, and thousands of other chemicals, many of which are toxic and carcinogenic. So what are the chemicals and toxins in vaping? So these e-liquids typically contain nicotine, propylene glycol, vegetable glycine, and flavorings. Some harmful substances may be produced during the vaping process. While in shisha, the tobacco is often mixed with molasses, glycerin, and flavorings. Despite passing through water, the smoke still contains high levels of harmful substances. So let's dive into the health risk associated with each method. First, we discuss the cigarettes. Cigarettes are linked to lung cancer, heart disease, stroke, respiratory disease, and many other serious health issues. Smoking is responsible for nearly 1 in 5 deaths in the United States. Number two, vaping. Considered less harmful than smoking cigarettes, but is not risk free. And the potential risks include lung injury, cardiovascular issues, and nicotine addiction. And the long term effects of vaping are still being studied. So the health risk associated with shisha, that shisha can expose users to high levels of toxins and chemicals, and the risks include lung cancer, respiratory disease, and infectious diseases from shared mouthpieces. 1 hour long session can expose users to more smoke than several cigarettes. Now, how this, if you compare them with for addiction and dependency. So, nicotine is highly addictive, and all these three methods can lead to dependency. Like in cigarettes, high levels of nicotine can quickly lead to addiction, while in vaping, e liquids can contain varying levels of nicotine, and some users may end up consuming more nicotine than they would have done with cigarettes. Coming to shisha, even though shisha sessions are less frequent, the prolonged exposure during each session can lead to significant nicotine intake. Now we'll discuss the long term consequences. The long term consequences of each method also differ. In case of cigarettes, the long term use can lead to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is called COPD, various cancers, and overall reduced life expectancy. So, the long term use of cigarettes can lead to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, various cancers, and overall reduced life expectancy. The long term consequences of vaping, they are still being studied, but they are concerned about chronic respiratory issues, cardiovascular disease, and potential harm from long term inhalation of certain chemicals. In case of shisha, The long-term use can cause chronic bronchitis, lung and esophageal cancer, and other serious health issues. Sharing pipes increasing the risk of spreading infectious disease. Now we'll compare the cost comparison as well. Cost is another important factor to consider. So when you come to cigarettes, their regular use can be very expensive, with costs adding up quickly. In case of vaping, initial setup costs can be higher, but ongoing costs vary depend on e-liquid consumption and device maintenance. In Shisha, initial setup can be expensive, and the cost of tobacco and coal adds up over time, especially for frequent users. Let's not forget the environmental impact of these. In case of cigarettes, the cigarette butts are major source of litter and contain toxic chemicals that pollute the environment. In vaping, disposed e-cigarettes and pods contribute to electronic waste. The production and disposal of e-liquids and devices also have environmental impacts. While in shisha, the charcoal used in hookahs produces air pollution, and the waste from used tobacco and coals can be significant. So, which one is more dangerous? It brings us to the conclusion. Each method has its own risks and consequences, but smoking cigarettes is generally considered the most harmful due to the high level of toxic chemicals and the well documented long term health effects. Vaping and shisha also have significant risks, especially concerning nicotine addiction and long term health issues. Ultimately, the best choice for your health is to avoid all three. If you need help in quitting, then there are many resources available to support you. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please share with your loved ones. And if you have any questions or topics you would like us to cover, leave a comment below. Stay healthy and see you next time.